How to face yourself and come out on top. You see, most of our situations in life, things that we're avoidant of, all the confrontation we avoid, all the things we quit on, all the things that we desire to do but yet don't do, comes from this one thing: the inability to face oneself. One of the roots of all our problems is the inability to face oneself. But what it is not the task or the obstacle that we're afraid to face, but the feelings in which we've avoided for so long. It's not the task in itself that we're afraid to face, but the emotions that come up that we're afraid to sit with. And because we're afraid to face certain situations, certain emotions, we opt for vices. That's how you get an individual who's so dependent on their vices. And without their vices, they feel as if they cannot survive because they've avoided themselves for so long. They've avoided themselves for so long that it becomes difficult for themselves to now have to sit down and face yourself. One of my favorite quotes ever is, "The only way out is in." I have a video a couple of videos ago called "There are no external solutions to internal problems." And most of our problems lie with the inability to face oneself. Most of our problems lie with the inability to face oneself. The reason why we lean on vices is because they're a short-term solution to a long-term problem. The real truth is the only way out of this matrix is going in. And I hope you understand what I mean by matrix. The word's been used so much it almost lost its meaning. But it's a matrix when you're offered certain options and you constantly choose the same option. You're stuck in a cycle, almost one in which you can't escape. But your vices have that much of a tight grip on you that you find difficult to stop. You find it difficult to be like, maybe that's enough. And the only way out is really in. That's why meditation is so important. And that's why most self-help people pride themselves on meditating, or pride themselves on doing difficult things like taking an ice bath, right? All of these things are mechanisms used to help train the muscle of facing yourself. Let's say there's an ice bath, and I'm going to use this example because it's simple. And at the beginning, you're like, yeah, I'll do it. And then you put the ice in there and you touch the water and you realize how cold it is. And you're like, I don't think I want to do it. What are you avoiding when you say you don't want to do something? Is you're avoiding facing the emotions that come up when you experience what it is that you're doing. Say the ice bath, you're afraid of feeling the cold with the subconscious belief that you have an inability to withstand it. But you've survived this long in life. What is it that you can't withstand? Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Facing yourself and overcoming it is understanding this one simple thing: to allow yourself to feel things. I'll give you an example. This morning I woke up and I had pretty painful stomach cramps. And they just wouldn't go away. And I thought to myself, damn man, these cramps are so painful, I think I just might need to go to sleep. And I thought to myself, what need is there to go to sleep? I just woke up, right? Just to avoid the pain? You must be able to sit with it, because the only way out is through. For real. The only way out really is through sitting with what it is you're trying to avoid. Sitting with it long enough that you're not afraid of it, that you've integrated with it. Integrated the shadow self, the part of yourself you've avoided for so long, the part of yourself that you've hid with your vices, the part of yourself that you've tried so hard to hide from society and others, but the only person you can't hide it from is yourself. I want you to sit with it long enough till you learn to integrate with it, till you learn to mold with the shadow, till you learn to sit with the child, look it in the eyes and soothe it in the most loving way. Because it does really come from your inner child. And your inability to acknowledge it, acknowledge all its emotion that comes up. But you want to constantly push it away, almost like it's not gonna come back again. If you really want to solve it forever, you must be able to sit with it, look it in the eyes long enough till you come out on the other side. They're just emotions, my bro. It's not that big. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. A lot of people are afraid of confrontation. because of the emotions that he brings up, to sit with somebody, look at them in their eyes, and tell them something that they don't want to hear. It makes you more of a man when you can do that. Part of being a man is being able to do difficult things. Look yourself in the mirror and face yourself. In fact, that is a secret to life. There are no obstacles in this life in which the obstacle is so difficult enough that you can't overcome. It is yourself that you fail to overcome. So, how to face yourself and come out on the other side is to sit with yourself long enough and not run away. Sit with yourself long enough till you come to acceptance of self. To allow yourself to feel the emotions that you've bottled up for so long. The ones that you've suppressed. The ones that you have avoided feeling for so damn long. That's the only way. The only way out is through sitting with yourself long enough to come out the other side. This means doing the difficult things and not avoiding their difficulty because of how it makes you feel. That means facing all the obstacles that you run away from so far. This means doing the work that you've avoided for so long due to the uncomfortable and discomfort that you feel when doing it. If it's something that you desire to do and you fail to act on it and you constantly procrastinate, it comes from the deep-rooted fear of failure, which comes from the desire to be perfect in the beginning. You must learn to be shit. You must learn to be horrible at it and get better 1% every day. And then it becomes so easy for you to sit with yourself, face yourself, and do what it is that you are required to do, what it is that you need to do. The only way out is through. The only way out is in. That's why meditation is one of the greatest practices, as it allows you to sit with yourself long enough until you realize that what it is that you're so afraid of it's not even worthy of being afraid of. And the root of all fear is death, by the way. Because the fear is the avoidance of the occurrence of the worst case scenario. What it is that most times we're afraid of is experiencing the worst case scenario being, and what's the worst case scenario in any situation? Death! But we must come to acceptance of it because it's our inevitable end. It gives life purpose. It is meaningful. Once we accepted death, we accept one thing. That when it's our time and nothing can stop it. Whether we die the most gruesome death or an easy, soft one, may God give us an easy death. May He forgive our sins before we do go away. Once we understand that, we accept it, we've got nothing to fear anymore. Most things you're afraid of, you fear because you feel as if it's going to kill you, but it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. It's in fact going to make you better, stronger, wiser, and help you attain the things that you want in your life. So the only way out is in. The only way out is through. You overcome yourself by sitting with yourself long enough and allow yourself to feel all the emotion that you've suppressed for so long. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy K-Habs Kamizi. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Share with a friend. Peace.